what can I say? Sometimes it's easier that way. And what can I do?
Hey, what's up?
We're all in frame?
Yes, we are.
Okay, we're all here, all present, all accounted for.
Present for who?
Is it me? Is it for me? I've been a good boy this year, Santa. That's a lie.
Okay, gentlemen.
Alright.
Oh, I'm doing the Three Stooges thing? Gentlemen, where?
Yeah.
Anyway, this was my idea for a discussion in the lieu of Disney remakes and all this other stuff being retooled and put together. And
As well as your tuned in video that we're going to plug.
Yes.
Yes, that actually did decently well. Of when I felt was the proper time to reboot things. This this discussion was reboots we'd actually like to see, and we'll go around if anybody has any ideas to go ahead and do that.
Very quickly, can I expand upon... I feel like I'm the ancient one here, and you're Doctor Strange. You have a small portion of the truth, but you don't see the whole picture of when things need to be rebooted.
Oh, you wanted to add on to the episode?
Yes, because you were right, that everything you said there was right, and the Horror Sage commented about you... Because in your video you said it's got to be something you actually have a passion for, not a cash grab. But if you have too much passion for it, you can be blinded by...
Yes, that is true. It is one of the reasons...
Yeah.
Like you mentioned
Yeah.
Horror Sage, that guy that commented on it.
Yes.
And I replied to him.
Yes. But yes, if you are... That's a problem Batman has had.
Way too many people are too
attached to the character. But I do have a couple more rules here other than those two. Give us some time. We do not need a Spider-Man movie 2 years after the last one. Give us 5-10 years between reboots.
What was really bad was the whole... how many Ben 10 series had there been?
Uh-huh.
And how old is Ben 10 really? It's like, as a whole franchise, it's like only like 10 years old, something like that. It's like there were so many Ben 10 series.
But I thought a lot of them were direct sequels.
Some of them were reboot all the time.
Reboots of the reboots, right?
Yes, sometimes.
The next rule I have is avoid rebooting something that's truly beloved unless you're 85 to 90% sure you know what you're doing.
Yes.
If you're 100% sure you know what you're doing, you're too far stuck up your own ass.
Yeah.
If you absolutely know what you think you know what you're doing, you're wrong.
But if you have a little bit of doubt, that's good, because that means you're not so blinded by the nostalgia that
and
you
you're
don't know what you're
open
doing.
to the ideas of the like-minded people that you should be surrounded by.
And the first corollary to that one is reboot garbage. They just take stuff nobody likes and reboot it.
You have nowhere to go but up.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Like the I Spit on Your Grave reboot. I arguably think it's better than the original, but the original was pure garbage, so whatever. You're not about anything.
Yeah.
Alright, that's what I got.
Okay.
I'm ready to start. I'll start even too. So,
Okay, go ahead.
actually I'm going to grab a pen real quick to make notes. Are we going to have to reboot this video again?
I don't think so.
Alright.
You announced it. We'll be fine.
Anyway, we need to reboot Jess or Jesus Franco's films. In the 70s, he made a bunch of sexploitation films, and damn it, we need more trash. Everybody wants to make fine art, but we need more trash out there too.
Trauma.
Exactly.
Please save us.
Yes. When are you coming out with something?
Lloyd Kaufman, give us more schlock.
I love art. You know, give me a 13 Zemedi. Give me a, oh man, I lost the movie I was going to say. A Martyrs. I also like trash.
Well, you know what? Trash can be art.
Well,
Ask Jackson Pollock.
that's true. That's true.
You mean he just splattered stuff on a canvas and said it's brilliant. And everyone was like, I guess we agree.
Who's the guy who painted the Campbell soup can?
That was Andy Warhol.
Okay, yeah, fuck Andy Warhol.
Well,
He's the one who told us we'd all be famous for 15 minutes.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he coined the 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But I guess he would know. But yeah, he painted the same soup can like 9 times for one portrait. Just different colors.
Yeah, ooh, that guy's an artist. I could do that
yeah.
too.
But I definitely could do what Jackson Pollock was doing.
Yeah.
This stuff lands where it is. Then I'll come up with some pretentious thing and they'll think I'm brilliant.
Oh no, you don't come up with some pretentious thing. You let them come up with some pretentious thing and you agree.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That way, you know, they'll say you're a great abstract artist.
Or you don't agree and make them keep coming up with stupid crap for the stuff.
That was not my intention.
You just don't get it.
You don't get it.
You don't get it.
Anyway.
Does anybody else want to drop one before I get to my next one? You said you had some ideas, right?
Oh yes. I actually found some news that might make some of this plausible.
Uh-huh.
I actually would like to see a new Chippendales Rescue Rangers.
I can see that.
Yeah. And then bringing in a bunch of other stuff for Disney animated. Might as well make a whole extended universe of it.
True.
Yeah, they've already brought Darkwing back, just giving his own show again.
If he's proven popular enough through DuckTales, they probably will.
And we have Don Carnage and
Yes.
DuckTales, so
So
why
that's
not?
Tailspin.
Yeah, exactly. What was the name of the bear? Is that
It was Baloo.
Was it Baloo?
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, okay.
He was seriously Baloo, pulled right from the Jungle Book.
Sure, why not?
Disney
Oh.
did that a lot. They just took random characters, put them in a situation where they normally weren't in, and it's like, there's a series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't Baloo from the Jungle Book.
No,
all.
it was a different Baloo.
Or King Louie.
No, because Louis was there, he ran a bar.
Yeah.
Actually, I could see Louis from the Jungle Book doing that.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, here's one I'd like to go off on. If you're going to reboot something, make sure more people than just you like it. That's happened with a couple TV series over the years. They tried The Bionic Woman a few years back. They tried... Well, I think they tried Knight Rider twice.
The problem with the Bionic...
And then they both bit the dirt. Nobody cared for them except the people who did the reboots.
The problem with the Bionic Woman... I haven't seen any Knight Rider reboots, but I did see the Bionic Woman reboot. And I will say, the problem with the Bionic Woman reboot was... It wasn't the Bionic Woman. It just didn't have any of the spirit or fun of the original.
Yeah, I know
It
what you
was
mean.
so dark and gloomy. And I actually didn't think it was terrible, but I absolutely see why people who are fans of the $1 Million Man and Bionic Woman
I
didn't
dig
like
it.
They honestly, I feel like the series would have been better received if they just changed the name.
Yeah,
And
and
there's that was that cash grab thing you were talking about.
as
Yeah.
Come on, Ian, it has to be dark.
yeah,
it's dark enough you don't see the stains.
yeah, exactly.
But anyway, and as for the Knight Rider reboot, it was too soon. Because we already had a Knight Rider reboot. It was called Viper.
And Viper kicked ass.
Viper was awesome.
Yeah.
But and you're thinking about the Bionic Woman. That reminds me of the next one on my list, which is a series about a artificial woman who fights against her creators. I want to see Cyber 6 rebooted.
Ooh, Cyber 6. French, I believe.
Everywhere. It was an Argentinian artist, and
Oh, yeah.
it was all over the place. Also, a very early example of a cross-dressing hero that wasn't played for laughs.
No,
The character was a female who legitimately cross-dressed as a male.
an unassuming male, so
Yes.
they didn't think anything of it.
Yep.
That'd be one way to hide in plain sight.
That's exactly it.
Wore a lot of baggier clothes.
Mhm.
Awkwardly fit because the persona was awkward. Oh. Are you...
Sorry about that. Apparently a local 58 video started playing on my phone.
Considering that's supposed to be like a horror thing, that's kind of creepy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Don't look at the moon. Anyway. Or do look at the moon. I don't know.
That's what, that's the real reason Piccolo blew it up.
There you go.
I don't trust
Get
that.
rid of them
There you
aliens.
go.
But
Never trust Artemis.
yes.
Mm.
But another one I had, Emily. I believe I have. That's dumb of me. Does anybody remember Dino Riders?
No, I don't remember Dino.
It was
I
a-
remember the name.
It was a failed 80s cartoon that should have totally worked if it was purely toy sales and stuff, because it was so awesome. Aliens and people from the future will back in time to psychically command dinosaurs and fit them with like lasers and stuff to fight each other in this war in prehistoric times. It's like kind of awesome, and it's like almost too awesome to fail, and totally would have sold toys, but it didn't. It failed and it didn't.
That does remind me. Why don't
Sure.
we reboot Brute Force as well?
Brute Force is awesome.
Brute Force was awesome.
And I'm sorry, but the one Deadpool episode, the one Deadpool issue doesn't count.
Oh, did
A
they bring
few-
Brute Force back?
A few
for
years,
Deadpool?
a few years back, for one episode, Deadpool teams with Brute Force,
Oh, awesome.
and it was weird.
Well, Deadpool.
Yeah. Okay, I got The Real Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Oh yes.
I actually kind of like this show.
They keep trying to bring back the turtles over and over
and over.
again,
And as far as the
and they don't give it time to breathe.
right. As far as the Ninja Turtle knockoffs go, I think The Real Cowboys of Moo Mesa was one of the better ones.
I honestly rank it as the best of the knockoffs.
Yes.
Street
Sharks was garbage. Yeah, reboot Street Sharks. Why not?
Okay, there you
There's
go.
no way to go but up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Was the Biker Mice from Mars?
the way my tier goes,
Uh-huh.
my top 4:
Mm.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
obviously, Real Cowboys of Moo Mesa, Biker Mice from Mars, Street Sharks. I
Yeah.
hate Street Sharks, but Street Sharks is like a 4.
There had to have been more. I just can't.
Oh, there were a lot more, and they were actually worse than Street Sharks.
Oh.
Like Kung Fu Dino Posse.
What?
Exactly.
It exists.
Okay, why not?
The anthropomorphic dinosaurs, they know Kung Fu, and they're all rappers. Yeah,
Yeah, let that just marinate in your brain
If
for a
we
minute.
updated that to today's modern culture, would that mean they're all EDM artists?
that actually might make them more interesting, actually, and legitimate. Really using
And
real
they-
kung fu
yeah.
instead of the fake kung fu that people barely understand what kung fu is.
Whether they're for the Asian mysticism?
Yeah.
There was also a...
Oh, I forgot
sorry, go
about Chop Saki's Chooks.
Mhm.
That was another. I think I might rank that higher than Street Sharks, but that was another Turtles knockoff. They were all kung fu chickens.
Ah, okay. There is one we're kind of missing, but I'm saving it for the next one.
They
on
were
my list.
they were all kung fu chickens, and the cool character with the fro, and it was like the definite like Shaftish character
Mm-hmm.
was legitimately played by The Rock
Oh, nice.
in the series. So that was actually cool.
The only reason I like Street Sharks, I never saw an episode,
Huh.
but I had an obsession when I was a kid with Hammerhead Sharks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Just because they were so weird.
Yeah,
they're weird.
Nature, am I right?
Yeah.
Stranger than fiction.
Well, I mean, you'd also have to buy this. So.
Yeah.
Here's one. It was a knockoff. It was just a book series.
Mm-hmm.
Just a comic book. It was, let's see, adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters.
Clearly a parody.
But it did have, it was an independent comic book series.
Bring back the California raisins.
Oh my god.
Alright, are you ready to hear? I'm not sure I'd call it a rip-off, but it certainly exists due to the popularity of the Ninja Turtles. And the best of this one, do you know what it is? It's a sci-fi series.
Go ahead.
Bucky O'Hare.
Oh!
Oh, yes.
Friggin' Bucky O'Hare!
Jeez.
Bucky O'Hare was awesome.
He goes where no ordinary rabbit would dare.
Yeah.
It's like a lot. He predated Star Fox, yet so often people claim that Bucky ripped off Star Fox.
Yep.
It's like, no, it's the other way around. He came before.
Doesn't mean they ripped it off, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Star Fox ripped off.
I think it was one of those happy coincidence things.
Although
It was very similar.
I don't know. There is a lot of similarities between Andros and Complex.
There really is. A lot.
So, maybe not a rip-off, but I could definitely see Star Fox getting some inspiration from Bucky O'Hare.
That being said, I'd like a crossover. This is like, let's put them together for like a team-up.
Yeah.
There's
You know what?
There's
Why-
a whole series
you-
right there.
You know, why don't we just introduce Bucky O'Hare into the Star Fox universe?
Yeah.
Well, why not?
I mean, we're talking about anthropomorphic
Nintendo,
animals flying
get on it.
spaceships. Yeah. Can't imagine the rights to Bucky O'Hare are that expensive.
To Nintendo.
I don't know, part of me thinks maybe we could buy the rights to Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could almost certainly buy the rights to the next two on my list, but I will save those till... Because these are two actually my favorite old like movie TV shows, and I really want to see them come back just because I really want to see them come back. Anybody else got anything they want to talk? Unless Josh is a big bomb, he wants to wait for last.
No, I just have things that were in my head and now they're gone.
Every time I think about something, it pops into my head that I remember that there was actually a reboot series already.
So we can reboot things in multiple
Only
times.
do it right this time.
How many times have we rebooted Batman and Spider-Man?
Well, the first thought, one of the thoughts that popped in my head was Voltron.
I wouldn't mind a actually good Voltron, but I didn't
think
see
they
the
have.
I didn't see the Netflix series. I don't know if it's any good.
It's not that bad. I actually have seen a
okay.
couple episodes. It's not that bad.
I'm hindered by not yet having Netflix. Yeah.
I don't have Netflix either, but my wife's mother does, so
I do not care about Netflix.
I don't either. I won't get Netflix.
You know what? They
Physical media rules. You bastards taking your digital movies, you have to buy a disc or you're not a real cinephile.
You know, Netflix remade She-Ra. Why not straight the base Masters of the Universe?
I could definitely see She-Ra almost testing the waters.
Yeah.
Like, if this is popular, we'll get a Masters of the Universe. We'll put a He-Man series out there.
He-Man.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, hey, they have Aurora wearing way too little clothes. Let's fix that. And now she's wearing lots of clothes. They could do the same with He-Man. They could put a shirt on him, you know, pants.
At least a tank top, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I always, like, it's kind of an issue just because He-Man was very clearly inspired by Boris Vallejo.
The barbarian artwork, yeah.
And that very clearly what inspired He-Man's look. What's his name? Boris
Valero or
Yeah,
something.
Vallejo.
But anyway, yeah, he's definitely a space barbarian.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Partridge gives Harry Partridge actual money to make a full Starbarian series.
I mean, as far as it goes with He-Man being a space bar, I wouldn't say he's a space bar. I mean, he's still too planet bound.
It's sci-fi barbarian.
I still wouldn't say that.
Okay.
There isn't that much
No,
sci-fi.
what's
in it.
it's
There's
a term?
lasers and robots.
No, there's a term for it, like, what is it?
Science fantasy?
Science fantasy. Like, Star Wars isn't really that sci-fi either. It falls much harder in the science fantasy, as opposed to something like a Star Trek or a Babylon 5's hard sci-fi.
Now, see,
Well, here's
The
what-
original Bab 5, I actually haven't seen the new series.
If you would like sci-fi fantasy or science fantasy,
Science fantasy.
CBS had a animated series on several years back that had potential, but they let it go.
Uh-huh.
Black Star.
Don't know that one.
About an astronaut, his name was John Blackstar. He got sucked through a black hole
As you do.
into another universe.
As you do.
Crash landed on a planet where it was like a lot of fantasy stuff.
Mhm.
Magic was there and actually worked. And it was ruled by the evil overlord.
Well, of course it was.
Because of this magic artifact he had. It was called the Star Sword.
Was it a laser gun?
No, it was a it looked like a star.
Oh.
It got split into two halves, and you could use them as swords. They had the Star Sword and the Power Sword.
Okay.
It's the same that you put it
And,
together.
yeah, and you put it together, you've got ultimate power.
I remember a video game series called Star Ocean that kind of had that thing where it's like astronaut stepped to another universe, and he was like a legend because he had a magic sword of light. It was a laser pistol
Oh,
he
yeah.
had.
Oh, I have two more.
Uh-huh.
I have two more that popped in my head. One, you mentioned Black Star. What about Brave Star? He knows.
Yeah.
I remember Brave Star.
All right.
The Native American space cowboy.
Yeah.
Well, Space Texas Rangers,
Would that be
Marshals more like
Science Western?
Yeah, it was a science western. It was kind of cool.
It was kind
From
of
the creators of He-Man and Masters of the
was it
Universe.
really?
Yeah.
And speaking of, that leads into my other one, also made by the same creators. Ghostbusters, not that one.
Oh.
The other less popular Ghostbusters. That was interesting.
I believe there's another, maybe it was I think it was called High School Ghostbusters. It was a Japanese, one of those softcore Japanese porno films that involved like weird alien tentacles.
That is not the kind of busting we need.
No.
Or is it?
Ah.
Well, he wanted to bring back sexploitation, so.
Exactly. Let's bring back sexploitation. I really want to bring back. And that does kind of lead into the next two I have. Not the first one, the big one I really want to see reboot that I have mentioned before. But there's an old Fox TV show called Mantis. Have you ever seen it?
Yes, I remember Mantis.
Mantis was awesome. A scientist during a riot got shot in the spine. So in order to help him walk, he basically built himself an Iron Man suit that shot paralyzing darts. And used it. It was really good until the ratings dropped and they jumped the shark and he was like time traveling and fighting invisible T-Rexes and that stupid shit. But when it was just about a dude in an Iron Man suit fighting crime, it was really good.
Man, how do you make invisible T-Rexes boring?
By making them invisible, so it's like, roar! Oh no, it's eating me! And there's just like nothing there.
Oh, anyway, Conan the Adventurer. Remember the animated Conan?
I do. I actually like.
I liked it. I wouldn't mind seeing
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I had the
was
entire.
well-
I had the
that
entire series somewhere on DVD. But I want to drop this one because we were talking about sexploitation and superheroes. I want Black Scorpion brought back.
Oh,
Roger
yes,
Corman,
please.
bring back.
Please.
I want my sexploitation superheroine. The two movies, which featured, both of them featured nudity. This TV series was sci-fi, so no nudity, but almost every female villain was a Playboy model.
Yeah.
And the main villain from the first movie, Brett, because all the characters were everyone but like the two side comic relief characters were replaced for the TV series. The villain from the first movie, who was brought back to life by Dr. Phoenix, played by Adam West. The main villain of the series was Adam West, the Breathtaker.
Yes, evil Dr. Breathtaker.
But I love that all the villains except for Breathtaker, because the first movie kind of tried to take itself a little too seriously. Like Ursula Undershaft, who became Aftershock. Let's see, who was it? Ariel Hayes became Pelusia. Jack Ames was Firearm. Benjamin Tickerman was Clockwise, played by Frank Gorshin.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, and he was basically just a Riddler who had clocks that made people get old. There was a firefighter named Adam Burns, to which the main character was like a firefighter named Burns, who gained pyrokinesis and became the villain Inferno. As you do.
Yeah.
But all the villains had punny names. It didn't take itself too seriously.
That's a old comic rule, is you just had the characters have names that kind of coincided with the hero or villain that they're going to become.
Yeah. I cannot remember the Medusa's name, but Medusa and Inferno joined together, and they were going to make the city of angels erupt in lava, and Inferno's using his pyrokinesis to run the lava machine. And they're like, 1,000,000 degrees Fahrenheit, it's ready! And it's like the sun's like 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
That is way too hot for lava. But it enjoyed its
Someone
campiness.
doesn't science.
Yeah.
At least it didn't say 1,000,000 degrees Kelvin.
I don't think they knew what Kelvin was.
Good point.
Watching the show, it's very clear that they very loosely use science. Like, she had a device that crystallized gasoline, and the car's tank went to E, and I'm like, I don't think crystallizing gasoline would cause the tank to go to E.
It would still be full.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if it crystallized, it would probably be more full because it would expand.
Unless it compressed them down into little crystals. But, oh well. See, I'm trying to take it seriously, and it's not working.
Why would you? The series didn't take itself seriously.
That's
so
why
why
I'm
should you-
saying it's not working.
I've been binge watching it at work with my friend. I'm watching on Shop Factory TV. The entire Black Scorpion TV show is free on Shop Factory TV. So if you're interested, Shop Factory TV has it for free. But he was like, I don't think that's how it works. I'm like, just don't take it seriously. Just laugh at the silliness and enjoy the cleavage, exposing outfits of every female character.
Just repeat to yourself, it's just a show, I should really just relax.
Many of which is also available on Shop Factory TV.
And they're also making new episodes.
Shop Factory TV!
We're plugging you.
I'm plugging you!
That's right, we want some money. Now what is this about reboots? I will actually straight out say it. I don't care if they are running a new series.
Mhm.
I don't care if it's currently running in its second season right now. It's terrible. Do it right. Reboot. Again. This time don't embarrass yourself.
I liked Reboot. It's
Yeah.
depressing that the reboot is terrible.
Because it's like a completely different show. They threw away everything that had anything to do with the old reboot, except for like some references.
Mm-hmm.
The main villain now is a human hacker,
Mm-hmm.
basically, who had enslaved Megabyte. He's in it,
Mm-hmm.
but he's now a who cares minion villain at the whim of this hacker. It's like, you don't hack viruses, that's kind of the point.
Can we also, I have another rule for reboots. When we reboot, can you not put your self-insert villains higher than... Once again, Black Scorpion. Do you know what the Black Scorpion TV show does? It treats Breathtaker, her first villain, like a threat.
Yeah.
The entire series, he is the biggest of big bads. You can add new villains, but have some reverence for the history.
And you can even have them like on par, but don't have them surpass the old villain.
Don't purposely make an old villain
Don't make
worse just to make your new characters better.
Right.
Because that's a good way to insult fans of. Because could you imagine being a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and then they turn Shredder into a whiny, incompetent loser who can't even tie his own shoelaces? That Turtles crossover, was it Turtles Forever?
Turtles Forever. Then
Yeah.
the '90s version of the Shredder was not taken seriously at all.
Even though if you watch the 90s cartoon, Shredder fights the Turtles, all four of them on par. He's not just some loser.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a little whiny, but he's not useless.
Right. But they treated that.
He was running the clan.
Then they treated the '90s Turtles in that
Like garbage.
like garbage as well. Yes.
And that's kind of what I was saying, there was so much reverence for the new version that they just...
The only exception is when they went to the Prime universe and the original black and white comic Turtles even whipped the new characters at butts.
Yeah.
That was the only time that they changed that and flipped the script there. It's
Yeah.
like, the absolute original ones were just better fighters.
Which is funny because the original ones were meant to be a parody.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like... Something that we forget about the Ninja Turtles was that they were a parody of Rob Liefeld style writing.
But anyway, the reboot.
Right, reboot.
The reboot. Yeah, it's not a reboot of Reboot.
It's a new series using Reboot's characters' names.
If anything, it's a reboot of VR Troopers.
Reboot VR Troopers.
Sure.
VR
Yeah,
Troopers was
I haven't
awesome.
heard of them.
They were one of those series that came
They wish they were the Power Rangers. That
Oh,
sort of thing.
okay.
I can't remember the technical term for those Power Ranger style.
Sentai.
Super Sentai, but there's an another technical term for those Transformers.
Yeah, I don't
heroes,
know.
But
yeah,
I'm not going to.
because in the reboot, they have a group of teenagers who hack in, and they put on these digital suit things, and they go into fight. Yeah, it's like, where the hell is Bob? Oh, you made like one appearance.
Or the kid, what was his name?
Enzo,
and the lady who was always helping Bob. I didn't remember Bob's name. But where are these characters?
Oh, apparently they were still on mainframe, which they decided was the old high school mainframe.
I thought it was
like junked.
I thought it was just some kid's home computer.
I thought so too. Apparently not.
So what does this have to do with the original series?
Very little.
So this was you were talking about being a lazy cash grab?
Yep.
But that's weird because nobody fucking remembers Reboot.
I know.
Well, apparently it did that much
Netflix
damage.
could get it cheap. That's my only guess.
Why don't you just write the series and call it Cyber Warriors?
You call because they want any kind of
Nostalgia.
Yeah, they were trying to draw any kind of nostalgia, but that's a trap. If people don't like what the nostalgia bait is, that's only going to give you so much, and then you might gamble and get a lot less.
Do you know who gives a shit about Reboot? Us. And no one else.
And we're not going to watch it.
There's like 15 people who remember Reboot.
I remember because I had a video of the first episode.
Oh yeah?
VHS.
I just remember watching it all the time after school.
Never saw the series. Just had the first
I loved
video.
Reboot.
I thought it was fun.
They did a lot of creative stuff with tech as they understood it then. There's a lot of potential now with how tech has changed of what their world could look like now.
Right.
Hey, did they do anything that we're actually doing now?
A little.
Okay.
One of the big things of the series was there was a world called Mainframe, and every once in a while the user would play a video game. When the user played a video game, a big block would drop on
Part
a
of the
section
city.
of the city, and the main characters like Bob and Enzo would go in here, and they would play
Whatever random game.
whatever random game, but they would almost play they would play against the user,
Mm-hmm.
and if they won, the block came up, and if they
Oh.
lost, the section of the city that they were playing in became ruined.
Yes.
Okay.
And the player and the things became nullified. Nulls were like these weird little slug things with like animal intelligence.
Yes. And then, of course, there was other stuff happening
But
outside the game where, like, the villain Megabyte showed up, and Hexadecimal, was that the crazy witch lady?
Mm-hmm. The other virus.
Yes.
Because the computer had two viruses.
Megabyte and Hexadecimal, who were just destructive.
One, Megabyte was lawful evil,
Well,
and Hexadecimal was chaotic evil.
Oh boy.
Yeah, she was basically a psychotic witch, and Megabyte was like a
Crime lord.
tyrant.
Yeah. But the thing I loved about the game thing in Reboot was that explained the difficulty of your computer games, because they're fighting for their lives.
Yes. And also, if the skilled people didn't get into it, the game was easier. But depending on the skilled AI that got into the...
Because they relied on Bob.
Yes.
They were losing games over and over until the virus program came in.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's essentially what a Guardian is.
Yes.
Even though his device glitch is really more of a defragmenter.
Yeah.
But still, it's blanket computer protection,
Yes.
is what Bob is.
Yes. But yeah, Reboot was a fun series.
In the second season, they opened it up to the web.
Mm-hmm. Because we were just starting to learn what computers did.
Mm-hmm.
Computers did. It did because they don't do that anymore.
It changed a lot.
It's sad to think that our 400-pound desktops were about 1,000th as powerful as our little 3-ounce cell phones these days.
Yeah.
And that was just from when I was a kid till now, and that was 20 years.
Yeah.
I still remember it took me years to fill up a 10 gigabyte hard drive.
Yeah. I remember to download a picture on the...
I miss the modems. I actually miss the modem sound.
You would be like, ooh, a 10-second video clip. Click. All right. 2-hour download time. Hope nobody has to make a phone call.
You know Neopets is still running?
Yes.
How crazy is that?
Yes, I did. Wow.
Anyway, I think that's about it.
Yeah, I don't have anything else
Yeah,
to
me
reboot. Unless you
Oh,
want to
here's a note that just occurred to me. What about some of the reboots they tried that didn't work?
Well, we talked a little
They
bit about
tried He-Man.
Mhm.
They tried Thundercats.
Oh, don't get me started on Thundercats.
I don't remember. I think I've seen one episode of the new Thundercat series.
I think that's all they showed.
Soon that won't be the new one. Thundercats Roar, I think, is still under development.
Is it? It's been under development for like 50 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's garbage. But apparently they're still working on
I
it.
like Teen Titans Go. Maybe it'll work.
We'll see. I don't have a lot of high hopes.
I like some of Teen Titans Go. Maybe it'll work. I like about 1 in 3 episodes of Teen Titans Go.
Well, then
Well,
it's easy to
that's
see
still
the
better
Cartoon
than-
Network still plays them often.
Yeah.
That's still better than hating every episode of Teen Titans Go.
That is true. Hey! Season 4 of Young Justice announced.
Yeah, I was glad about that.
Yeah, finally.
Young
What?
Justice was the shit.
But anyway, I guess that's gonna be it for now.
Adios.
Yeah.